Hey guys, Crystal here at Crystal's Crafties. Today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to add a glitter border to your PNG designs. So you can see all three of these have a glitter border around them. And I'm going to get the elements from Creative Fabrica, but I'm also going to show you how you can use elements from Canva and bring them into Inkscape and add this glitter border to basically anything you want. You can start with an SVG, you can start with a PNG, really doesn't matter, we can get this glitter border on anything. Okay, let's go to Canva first. So here I am in Canva. I just went into the elements and I grabbed two different coquette bows. The reason I did two different ones is because they're going to work two different ways. This one, you see it's just a solid pink bow. There's nothing really I can do with it. This one gives me all the different color selections. So with what we're going to do here, when I get into Inkscape, I will be able to change the colors of this bow to whatever I want. This bow will just be the one color. That's all I can do with it. The way we're going to get these into Inkscape is we're going to download them as an SVG. Now this is something that's only available if you have the Canva Pro account. I have a link in the video description. You can try Canva Pro for free. If you don't want to do that though, go ahead and download this as a PNG and I can show you how to get the glitter border on it that way too. Okay, so we're going to come to share, download. We want this to be SVG and we need a transparent background. I have actually already downloaded this, so I'm not going to do that again, but that's how you'll do it. Any Canva elements you want, doesn't matter. It can be solid, it can have the color choices. Just get that downloaded, preferably as an SVG with a transparent background. If you download this as a PNG, you will not be able to change any colors. Okay, let's go into Inkscape. I am going to kind of move all this off to the side. Okay, and let's go get these bows in here. So we're going to come to File and Import. And let's see. The bows are over here in my downloads. There it is, open. Okay, there are the two bows that we just downloaded from Canva. If I double click, it separates them out for me. So here's the first bow, and now here is this bow. And look at all of these, like every place I click, it's giving me these different options. That's because each piece of this I can change the color on. So I can take this darker thing and I can make it purple, and I can make this one purple, and then I can make this like a darker purple. You can come in and you can change any of these colors you want. I'm hitting Control Z to get back out of that because I don't want to change any of those colors. But because these are all separate little pieces, I need to group them all together so they stay put. So I took my mouse and just dragged a box around everything. You can see so many things highlighted there. Now I'll right click, group, all that's going to stay together now. I don't have any of those options with this bow because of the way it was in Canva. That's how it came over into Inkscape. I can't change any of its colors. All right. I've got a lag in my Inkscape right now because I already have a lot of stuff in the design that's taking up space, and I've got my recording software in the background, so that's why it cut off some of this design. It's all there, it's the lag in my system right now, so we're just going to have to deal with it. Okay, looks like it's all back now. Let's move these over and get all the rest of our files in. So this Amen I got from Creative Fabrica, and the Cowboy Boots I got from Creative Fabrica. So let me hop over there. Here is the file for the Cowboy Boots. I will link to that. This is a PNG design. Here is the file for the Amen. I will link to this as well. This one is an SVG design. So we were able to change its colors and everything. And then you'll notice I have the amen filled in with a fun pattern. Here is the pattern for that. I will link to that as well. Okay, let's get all this stuff pulled back in. So let me go get the amen, file, import, desktop. The amen was the SVG and it was this guy here. Okay, and then let's go get the boots, file, import, and there's the boots. Okay, let's start with the SVG file because it is going to be the easiest. So all of this other stuff, get out of my way. Okay, so here's the amen that we had brought in. So there's a few things we need to do. We need to ungroup this file. So right click, ungroup. Now each letter is separate. I'm going to make the screen a little bit bigger. I'm just hitting the plus sign on my keyboard to increase the size of the screen there. Each letter needs to be ungrouped as well though. So right click, ungroup, 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 ungroup. So now we have the inside part of the letter and the outline. I'm going to take all these inside parts and turn them into one solid piece. So I'm going to come and select my little nodes tool here. This is an SVG. So all of these things have nodes. This is a path. Every one of these has its own little path, and that's exactly what we need. So I've got my nodes tool. I've got the inside of the A. I'm going to hold shift, inside of the M, inside of the E, inside of the N. They are all selected. Now I'm going to unite them and make them all one path and watch what happens. I'm going to go to path, union. They're all black now. It's all one. I can no longer separate those out, but that's exactly what I need. I'm going to do the same thing for the amen. If you like the different colors and you want to add a different color border to each one, you can absolutely do that. The steps are the same. You just don't have to unite everything. You can leave it all individual. Okay, so get my nodes, select this, and I have to get the inside part too. So I'm going to hold shift. And now I'm going to get each of the other letters, path, union. Okay, so now I can fill this with a glitter digital paper. I can fill this with the fun floral digital paper, and we will end up with this. All right, let's do it. I'm going to pull in the floral digital paper that I used for this one. File, import, and let's see. I believe it was this one that I used. I did duplicate this pattern several times. If you watched my last video, it's the exact same as I did it there. Just right click, duplicate, right click, duplicate. And I did this. I'm not going to make it perfect right now. Duplicate. So basically, this is what I ended up with. This is not a perfect pattern. Make yours perfect. And if you group all of this together, you can then bring your amen here. At this point, you want your amen on top. So I'm going to use my arrows to move it to the top. Whatever design you want to have the pattern needs to be on top. So in that last video, we were doing the lace. We wanted the lacy pattern. We put that on top of our other shape. We were working with SVGs. This one, we want the amen to fill with this floral design. So we're going to put the two of these together, the amen on top, right click, set clip. It will fill with your design. This design is not perfect because I did not take the time to align all of those flower tiles exactly. You will take your time, make sure they line up perfectly. If you need some help on that, go back and watch my lace tutorial. I will link to it in the description. Anyway, we now have the amen. We can stick it here in our frame, but let's fill the frame with glitter. So file, import, we're going to go grab some glitter. I just got it from Creative Fabrica as well. I will show you Here it is. Open. Let me show you. There's a bunch of different glitters that you can get. I got a pink one and a blue one for this tutorial. I just typed in glitter digital paper. Go pick whatever you need for your project. Get that downloaded. Okay. I'm going to increase the size of my glitter. Again, glitter needs to go to the back. Amen needs to be on the front. I'm going to click the amen, hold shift, click the glitter, right click, set clip. This is now a glitter border. If you want your border thicker, I'm going to release this clip. I'm going to hit right click, release clip. You can increase the size of your border. To do that, just come grab your nodes tool. While all of your nodes are here, I want you to hold Control and then start clicking the right parenthesis on your keyboard. Do you see how that border is getting thicker and thicker? All right, we're going to leave it there. Now, select both of those. I have the amen selected. I have the glitter border selected. Right click, set clip. I have a thicker glitter border. Put these two in here, align them nicely, and glitter border for my amen letters. That's how it works if your original design is an SVG. Let's do it if our original design is a PNG. So this is the PNG that we got in from Creative Fabrica. Now, to make this glitter border, the border has to be in a path format or an SVG format. This is a PNG. It's not going to work. I cannot come and do a set clip on this and get a border. Like if I throw in, let me get some glitter in here. If I take this glitter here and I try to put it behind and I do the set clip thing, it just disappears. Okay, because it's not going to work with a PNG. What we need to do is get a path or an SVG version of this design, and it's really easy. So here I have my happy little PNG selected. I'm going to come to Path, Trace Bitmap. And we're going to get this other menu pop up over here. You need to come over to multicolor. It's probably going to have you on single scan to begin with because that's the default. Come over to multicolor. Then in this box, I want you to click colors. It's probably going to say brightness step to begin with. Come down and click colors. Now, how many colors is going to depend on the design you have. I'm going to bump this up to about 8. And I'm going to hit this update preview. If you're not seeing any preview, you need to come click this little live preview. What I am looking for is to make sure every piece of this design is incorporated. That's not going to be enough. This is still kind of white and I need to make sure it's going to show up. Let me bump this to 10 and hit update preview. Okay, this filled in and that is a creamer kind of color now, not so much an empty space. That's going to work. All of my design is here. This does not have to look perfect, guys. If you can do it in 2 or 3 scans, if your design doesn't have a ton of colors, great. Just make sure you can see every bit of your design over here. It does not matter what color it is as long as you can see it. Like these are this tan color right here. It's kind of like this blue and white. It's okay. It doesn't matter. The other important things are to click stack, smooth, and remove background. All of that is super important. So once you have this where you can see everything and all of these are checked, hit apply. Now you can see that design that was over here is now right here. It's on top of the boots that we had. This design is now an SVG. If I click these nodes, you're going to see all of these nodes. Isn't that crazy, right? This one, PNG. No nodes here. We are going to use our SVG version to get just a background. So you remember we took 10 scans of this thing? There are 10 different pictures right here. I'm going to click back into my selector tool. I'm going to move this out of the way a little bit. And you'll see if I ungroup all of this. Okay. This one I don't need. I only need one scan, but I need it to have every bit of the design in it. That does not have enough. That's not going to work either. I have to do this several times because it took 10 scans. We're getting closer, but still not everything I need. I'm going to save that one down here. What I'm looking for are the tops of the boots. The straps or the little pull handles on the boots. I need those to be part of my design. This one's going to be what we go with, I think. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to blow this up, and I'm going to change the color. This is an SVG, so we can change the color. I'm going to make it black just so I can see what all I have in here. I do have the tops of the boots. That was the most important thing. I'm going to get rid of that guy down there. Okay, so now I have all of my boots here. I need to make it kind of like a solid piece so that I can turn it into a border. To make this a solid piece, I just have one of my 10 scans. I deleted all of the rest of them because I don't need them. I just need one. Okay, so I'm going to take this. I'm going to come to Path, Break Apart. And now it took all the little pieces that were inside and kind of popped them out. But I want to make all of it one big chunk. So while it's all still selected, I'm going to come to Path and Union. Okay, now my boots are a solid chunk. I wish that this had filled itself in, but since it didn't, I probably could have done a couple more scans over here, maybe 11 or 12, to get that to fill in completely. You want to play around with it, but I'm going to continue on. This is still going to work. So this is going to be our background, but a background needs to be larger than the object in front of it, right? Or else you won't see it. If I take these boots, I move them up, and I put them on top of my background, I can't see the background. Okay, we're going to do the same thing that we did to increase that amen. We're going to do it to increase our background here. We're going to select the nodes. We're going to hold Shift and the right parenthesis on your keyboard. It's the little curved line above your 0. So Shift, right parenthesis, and do it 5 or 6 times. I did it a lot. And now let's see if it's big enough. It's bigger, but it's not quite big enough to make an impact for the outline. So get these boots out of the way, get my nodes, Control, right parenthesis. I did it 3 more times. Oh, and look, that filled in now. It's a solid space. I didn't need to worry about it to begin with. Let me take my boots, put them on top. That's going to be good. I would, if I was selling this design, I would do it a couple more times just to get a good thick border, but for this tutorial, this is what we're going with. Let's just turn it pink because I happen to have the pink here on the page. Okay, so my pink glitter is behind my boots outline. My glitter is selected. I'm going to hold Shift, select my boots, right click, set clip, pink glitter boots. Beautiful. Guys, this lag is driving me crazy. Okay, so then I would line this up. Let me increase my size here. Yeah, That's pretty good. So that has a pink glitter border. Okay, so now we have put a glitter border around a PNG. We have put a glitter border around an SVG. Let me work with one of these bows that we brought in from Canva. So this bow, I'm not going to do anything with. I would just kind of place it down at the bottom of the Amen. It's going to look great. That was the one we could change all the colors on. And I just wanted to show you that was something that you could do. That wasn't really something I was going to add glitter to. But this bow, we're going to add all this glitter. Okay, so I want all of that gone out of my way. I want this gone out of my way. Let's just work with these bows. Okay, I'm increasing the size of my screen again. Okay, so this bow, we brought it over as an SVG, but we couldn't change the colors or anything on it. So if I want to change the colors, I can go through that whole path and trace bitmap and get a whole new copy of this in which I can change the colors. Let's see, we don't need 10 scans. Let's give it 3 scans and update the preview. Okay, guys, that lag was just really getting to me, so I shut everything down, turned off my software. We're back now, so we have the bow here. We are over here, we have done the colors. I've set it to 3, got everything checked here, smooth, stack, remove background. So this is our updated preview of what it's gonna look like. So I'm gonna hit apply. So here is the bow that we just created the bitmap of. So now that we did that trace bitmap, we can actually select our nodes and we can come in here and we can change the color. I can make that like a purple, and I can even pull out, if I ungroup this, I can pull out this middle part here and make it like green. I don't really know. So then we would go about getting our glitter border the same way. We would increase the size of this one. So we've got it selected, get our nodes, control, right parenthesis, just make it bigger, however big you want. Guys, this is not the time for lags in my Inkscape. I am trying to make tutorials, but Inkscape is not working with me. All right, well, we're just going to do it again. Yep, that's what I want it to look like. Let's hit apply. Okay, here it is again. I'm going to ungroup it, pull this guy here off, increase the size of this one, so get my nodes, control, right parenthesis. I've done it quite a few times. Take my glitter here, move the glitter behind the bow, get the glitter selected, hold shift, select the bow, right click, set clip, and that is now glitter. I can do the same thing with the inside part of the bow. Let's see here. I'm going to take this glitter out really quick so I can just duplicate it. Okay. Now we will do the set clip here again. Okay. Guys, pray for me. This lag is I have to finish the video, but it's just wanting to lag along. Okay, so that's going to be the outline for that. And I can put this glitter in this middle part too. Let me move it to the top. We'll just select both of these and set clip like we've been doing this whole time. this and put that right on top of there. And then I have both of those parts of the glitter. Okay, and so that's how you would do that one. So that's all I've got for you guys, and we'll see you next time.